You can now see the biggest traffic jam in the world. There are more than 150 cargo ships standing at sea waiting to cross the Panama Canal to take a shortcut. Interestingly, each ship agreed to pay $400,000 to the Panamanian authorities to pass through the Panama Canal. But still the Panama Canal authorities refused to allow the canal to be used. Currently, no maintenance work is going on in the canal. The canal route is also not closed for any reason. Rather, the engineering miracle of which the whole world was proud of. The Panama Canal is now going through a major crisis, and this war is not against anyone else but against nature. But how? Visitor remains two shortcuts to foreign ships around the world. One is the Suez Canal built in Egypt, which is used to connect East Asian countries like China, Japan, Taiwan, and Singapore with Europe. Similarly, if foreign ships from these countries have to go from East America or East Canada or Europe to West America, the other shortcut is used and is located at this exact point in Central America. There are about 50,000 cargo ships in the world, and 70% of them use these two shortcuts. That is, if for some reason there is a problem with these two shortcuts, the Suez and the Panama Canal, it will affect the whole world even if we don't want it to. The world has already seen a glimpse of this when these ships destroyed the entire Suez Canal in 2021. Traffic was then stopped for 6 days. If this happens in the future, ships will have to travel the entire route, which will take more time and cost more fuel. This extra cost will ultimately be paid by me and you. For using these shortcuts, shipping companies pay heavy tolls to the canal authorities and bear the prisons. But what is such an obligation, and why do we need canals? Our ships from United Kingdom in Europe is bound for San Francisco in West America. Now there are two ways for this ship to reach its destination. Either it will go through the entire North Atlantic Ocean, past Cape Horn under South America, and enter the Pacific Ocean, and from there go to San Francisco, the total distance of which is more than 25,000 kilometers. So that the ship will have to spend 28 days and about 80 lakh liters of fuel. The entire trip would not only waste the shipping company's time but also cost $32 million in fuel costs. The second route is direct from the UK to the Caribbean and through the Panama Canal. Using a shortcut, it went directly to the Pacific Ocean and then to San Francisco. Whereas in the first route, one had to cover a distance of 25,000 kilometers. Using the Panama Canal, this distance is reduced to only 14,000 kilometers, 44% less than the first route. The Panama Canal saves shipping companies nearly half of their fuel cost, amounting to $14 lakh. Now, you might be under the impression that ships perfect to go through the Panama Canal because it is more cost effective to go through it, but that is not the case. Nowadays, the toll tax for ships passing through the Panama Canal is about $4 million, and yet ships happily pay this amount. The biggest advantage of using the Panama Canal is time savings. If shipping is spent 15 or 20 extra days on a route, this means that a ship that runs a route 24 times a year will run only 12 times, and those have 50% less bookings. Simply put, time is money, and to save this time, shipping companies go through a lot of trouble by paying extra. They may have to stand in line for 5 to 10 days and even have have to bear the pressures of the canal authorities. But now the problem is that even if the Panamanian authorities want to, they cannot allow more ships to pass through the canal.